You'll notice inside this circle we have a big rectangle. That's your landmarker. This goes behind that rectangle on the floor. Now, it might help if I turn it the right way. Now this time, instead of the tabs going in, like we put them on the outside wall, this time the spokes go out. So what I usually do is just set my wall down on the desk and just kind of press it out so that I get that kind of effect. Alright, more glue, this time not on every little tab, but just on the inside of the floor. Good dose of glue. School glue dries clear, so don't worry about it. Alright, I've put plenty of glue inside on the floor. I'm going to line up this rectangle with the back of the stage. I'm going to tuck all of this behind and simply give it a little push. It looks like that. Now, you may want to take your pencil and go in between the wall. I don't necessarily do that. I just take my hand and press it, because this is not a model that's made for rough handling anyway. It's just a little paper model. So you can kind of press from the bottom if you want as you press from the top and get it to secure that. Alright, look there. We're in the home stretch. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is take the stage and we're going to glue it onto that rectangle. You'll notice that there are a couple of little tabs also back here. Now, sometimes I glue these tabs to the walls and sometimes I don't. I think if I just tuck them in, I can get away with not gluing them this time. So we'll try it and see. If you want to glue it, you certainly can. Now I'm going to apply a pretty good amount of glue on the bottom of this, just so it holds securely, more than just a dot. Alright, this side goes against the white rectangle. So all you really have to do is just set it down in there and press it on, just like that. And again, I think my tabs are going to stay tucked in just fine. I'm not going to worry about gluing those down. Hold it for a moment. Okay, looking really good right now. Here's the last little bit. Let me give you a visual of what this is going to look like. We're going to put the thatched roof on, those circular half-circle pieces, semicircle pieces first, but I just want to let you see how that's going to look. That's going to fit right on top. Very cool. Okay, so now let's go back to the semicircle thatch roof pieces. Don't attempt this step unless this is completely dry. It needs to be very crisp so that you can work with it. Okay, here's the idea. We're going to put glue on the white squares, and we're going to tuck them in behind the corresponding pieces on the other end. Now, if it bothers you that you've got a little white showing there, you can certainly trim that off, but don't trim too much, because we need every little bit of space with this thatch roof as we can get. Okay, now you'll see it's creating a little circle within a circle effect. Hold that there. Alright, now the challenging part is this, once it's good and dry. This center is the peak of the thatch roof. You're going to fold the center circle down on the outside piece. Now this one is not completely dry, and you can see the result. It's very wobbly looking. Okay, but here's the effect that I'm creating. I have one that's already dried that I've started working with, and I'm going to flip it back out so that you can see how I did that. All right, this is nice and crisp. All right, simply fold all the way around, and what you have is a little donut. There it comes. Here's the back side. Here's the front side. I usually like to put it down on the desk and just run my fingers along that edge. Voila, thatched roof. Okay, the seam edge is best behind the stage, all right? Now, a couple of things that you can do with this. This is not a perfectly exact model, so if we were going to get it perfectly correct, we would put little tabs of glue on each of these and hold it from underneath. But for the most part, if you'll put a good amount of glue on the inside of this thatch roof, you can simply press those tabs into the glue. And I'm just putting a really good dose on all sides in there. Okay. The seam behind the stage itself, let it just fall on its own right into place. Gently, you can press those teeth into the roof of the globe. Looks really good. Okay, we're ready to put the roof on the stage. Now that everything is glued, or that front piece is glued, here's one that I prepared ahead of time. My suggestion is that you start with the columns, and I would just put a little bit of glue at the end of each leg of the columns. And just leave that there. I'm going to push this back just a little bit. Okay. What you're going to do is line up the dots on the front of the stage with the glue at the bottom of your columns. As soon as I get it adhered, I'll move so you can see. Get a toothpick in there. Try to turn, maybe a pen would be better. Okay, I'm going to hold the first column, let that adhere. Tilt that so you can see. Alright, I need to work on the second column. It's kind of wiggled away. Alright, I'm going to move so you can see. Hold that. Alright, now I'm going to turn this so that you can see this fishtail is really the only thing that needs glue, and you're going to glue it to the back of the thatched roof. The other tabs can simply just stay folded in. You can put it on the fishtail or you can put it on the back of the roof, whichever way you choose. It just worked easier for me that way. Okay, hold that, let that adhere. Okay, it's kind of moving off. Let me hold it for just another moment. Okay, there we go. Now, look at this. Here's how it's all coming together nicely. My little folded edge right there is kind of sticking out. I may take a little bit of glue while I'm here, maybe at the end of a toothpick. Usually it doesn't jump out like that, but today for some reason it's wanting to, so I'll give it a little glue to hold it. And I'll come back and work with that in a moment. Alright, the last finishing touch is this. Take your columns. Now's a good time to fold those tabs under. We're not going to glue these tabs. You can if you want to, but they hold just fine without. You have a number 2 and a number 3. Find the corresponding number on the front of the globe. Here's number 3. I'm going to put glue on the back of the rectangular building and on the tab itself. Set it on there and hold it for a moment and let that dry. Turn it sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. There you go. Same thing with the other one. This is the number 2 turret. Set it right on there. Hold it. And you have created your own paper model of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre.